Hey, Domain Dave from cheapwinefinder.com, and today I've got a wine that's one of my favorites. I mean, it's Lodi Old Vine Zinfandel. And today we have let me grab the bottle. It's not hard to remember, but always got to look. It's the Boneshaker Lodi Zinfandel 2019. It's from Hahn Family Vineyards, who are out of Santa Lucia Highlands in Monterey. They buy the grapes from I think Metler Family Vineyards in Lodi, I believe. Don't quote me on that, though I quoted myself. And they've had a 20-year contract. And the whole review is on cheapwinefinder.com. If you want to go to there, it's as I drink it, I write my tasting notes, and it's first impressions, the way to go always with wine. So I'm not going to go over necessarily what it tastes like, though it tastes good. It's one of my favorite things. Lodi Zinfandel. There's like expensive Zinfandels, Dry Creek, Paso Robles, even Napa, that are big name Zinfandels, but pound for pound, drink for drink, I'll go Lodi. And why old vines? That's kind of because you see that in bottles all the time. You almost never see old vine Chardonnay or old vine Cabernet Sauvignon. And there is kind of a reason. First, why old vines? One of the truisms of wine is wine grapes have to suffer to create complex wines. I mean, I saw this video one time of a winemaker from Rioja, Spain, and he was standing on the edge of his vineyard, and beyond that point nothing was fertile. It was just rocks. And he was just so proud that his land was on such crap ground. And it was kind of funny, but it wasn't really funny because his vineyard makes fabulously expensive and wonderful wines because they struggle. You don't want a lot of nutrients in the soil. You want rocky ground. You want almost just enough water. If it rains too much, that's a bad thing. It's great for your tomato plants in the backyard. It's not great for wine grapes. Which brings us to old vines. But the vines in the Boneshaker Lodi Zin 2019 are from 60 to 100 years old. And there is no legal definition, but those are old vines. And just by the age of them, they're not as vigorous. They struggle to bring the nutrients from to the roots to the grapes. They don't have as many grapes. So there's less yield. So even if the vineyard wasn't on like that guy in Rioja who was at really lousy land and was happy about it, even if they are just okay places, after all these years, they're jewels of vineyards. They're like excellent vineyards now because they're old and they struggle naturally. So then there's why Zinfandel have old vines, and you don't really see other wines. You see sometimes old vine Grenache or Carignan, not the main grapes. And that's because for a long time, Zinfandel in California was kind of like, the church wine. It was for communion. It was just locals drank it. For a while, it was white Zinfandel craze. It wasn't on anybody's hit parade for a long time. Just took another sip. I mean, they sold enough Zinfandel wines to not pull them out because commercial vineyards have a schedule where as soon as a vine quits producing or slows down, they'll start pulling those out and they plant new ones. So the bulk of the vineyard is always in its prime. But with Zinfandel, it was enough to keep it going, but not enough to pull it out. So not anymore. Because Old Vines are now make great Zinfandels, and these are like bargain wines, and they're great, and they're some of the best red wines from California. I think this one was $12 or $13, and it drinks great. Wine is, the price of a wine doesn't have anything how well it tastes. It's usually a style, and I like Lodi's style when it comes to Zins, especially Old Vine Zins. Bold and fruit forward, but with balance and finesse, and that's kind of what a good wine is. And if you want to get the whole tasting notes, go to www.cheapwinefinder.com. I hope I didn't misspell anything. Actually, I use a program that spells things for me because it would be a mess otherwise. But that's it for me. I think I got a cool Chardonnay coming up, and keep it cheap. Take care of yourselves. Stay cool, because it's getting a little warmer outside, and things are happening, and shows are going on, and people are starting to have fun. So adios, be safe, and I'll be talking to you. Bye-bye.